cool, dudes. Obviously, you're not getting sick of me and Mrs. Guerrero doing math videos. So, yeah. We are going to talk about subtraction without regrouping. So, subtraction is the exact opposite of addition. They're inverse operations, if you will. So, we're going to go over lots of different strategies for how subtraction works. So the reason we're going over lots of different strategies is because just like what Mrs. Guerrero said, we all learn a little differently. So we're going to teach you all these different strategies so that you can pick one that you love and that you're efficient at. So that means that you do it really well, you do it fast. You're going to pick that one and stick with it. And maybe be kind of good at another one too, so you can check your work using a different strategy. But everyone's brain works differently, so we're just gonna teach you all of them and you can pick your favorite. So, just like Mrs. Guerrero, we're going to start with base 10 blocks. So I'm gonna rewrite my problem over here so I know I've got it right. I'm gonna double check. So 96 minus 34. So instead of getting out the blocks, which could take a while, which you can do, but I'm going to draw my picture up here. So I need 9 tens because I've got a 9 in my tens place. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And then we've got 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the thing with subtraction when we're doing base 10 blocks is I'm not going to draw my second number. I'm going to cross out my second number. And that way we don't get confused with, wait, how many did I cross out? I don't know. So we're going to cross out 34, and then the number that we didn't cross out is our answer. So I'm going to start with my ones, and I'm going to cross out 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 2 left. Then I'm going to cross out 3 tens. 1, 2, 3. We've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So I've got 60 plus 2, and I squish that all back together, which I'm kind of jumping ahead to expanded form, equals 62. So my answer, I think, is 62. But we're going to check that with expanded form just to make sure. So my problem is 96 minus 34. And then I'm going to break that into expanded form. So I'm going to stretch it out. So 96 is the same as 90 plus 6. And 34 is the same as, that's kind of what this equal sign means. It means is the same as. Is 30 plus 4. Okay.
But Miss Bigler, why do you have a plus sign right here when you're subtracting?
That's a really good question, Mrs. Guerrero. Expanded form, it looks the same whether we're adding or subtracting, but we're still going to subtract down. So this is just showing that it's broken apart into the ones and the tens, but we're still going to subtract down the columns. Does that make sense?
Oh.
A little bit? Okay, cool. So we always have to write our operation over here. So whether we're adding or subtracting, we have to have the operation. Because if you go into the doctor with a broken arm, you don't want them to operate on your leg. That's not going to help. You want them to operate on your arm. So you have to choose the correct operation. This is what you're doing with the numbers. Okay, good question. So here we've got 6 minus 4. So I can lock in 6 and count back 4. Or maybe I just know that 6 minus 4 is 2. And then I go 90 minus 30. So again, I can lock in 90 and count back by tens. Would probably be an efficient strategy. So 90 minus 30 is, 60. And then it's still in expanded form. We have to squish it back together into standard form. So 60 plus 2 is the same as 62. So, did our numbers match? They did. Whoop, whoop. That means we're most likely correct because we did it twice. So here on the number line, Mrs. Guerrero started over here on the left because we needed to get bigger. I'm going to start on the right because in subtraction, our numbers get smaller. So I'm going to start with 96. First, I have to write my problem again. 96 minus 34. So I'm going to start with my bigger number on the right. 96 minus 34. So I'm going to do my ones jumps first. So since there's only 4 of them, I'll go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4 little ones, and I'm going to label it minus 4. That took me back to 92. Now I can do my tens jumps. So I'm going to do 1. So notice how I'm labeling them minus 4, minus 10. Okay, and that took me to 82. This one took me to 72. Have I gone enough yet? If I add up my jumps, right now I'm at 10, 20, 24. I need to jump 34, so I need to make one more jump of 10. And that took me to 62. Woo! It matched! Awesome! Okay, so we did our ones jumps first and then our tens jumps. And that's really easy to think about. Notice how the ones place didn't change at all when we were doing the tens jumps. Okay, here on the hundreds chart, we're going to start with our biggest number. So addition, you can go either way. It's the commutative property of addition. You can add, it doesn't matter which number you add to which one, but with subtraction, the order matters for sure. You have to always start with the biggest number. So I'm going to circle 96. And then subtraction on a hundreds chart, you move to the left and you move up because here the numbers are getting smaller by ones and here they're getting smaller by tens. So ones move to the left, so I'm going to make 2 hops to the left. So 1, 2. So 1, 2, and I end on 94. So nope. Teachers make mistakes too. So I'm subtracting. I didn't write my problem again. That's my problem. So my problem was 96 minus 34. Okay, so I have to make 4 jumps, not just 2 jumps. That's silly. So we'll erase that and we'll try that again. So we're starting on 96. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our ones place now. Now we need to make 3 jumps up. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Or 10, 20, 30. And we ended on 62. So left and up for subtraction. Number strings.
Miss Biggle, before you start number strings, can I just say number strings is not a very efficient strategy when you come to subtraction.
It gets really confusing.
It's a little tricky. We'll show you, but
it's a little hard.
Yeah.
So pay attention if you really want to stretch your brain. Okay, so again, just like Mrs. Guerrero, I like my colors for doing this. So I'm going to do 6 minus 4 is 2. 90 minus 30 is 60. And then this is expanded form. We broke the number into expanded form. So even though we just subtracted, expanded form has that plus in the middle. So don't get confused with that. So 60 plus 2 equals 62.
Okay, so I realize the kids are probably thinking, Mrs. Guerrero, that was super easy.
But wait till we have to regroup.
Exactly.
It gets tricky. That's the next video. Tune in next time to see how complicated it was. Okay, so standard algorithm is called, so it's kind of like the normal way of doing the math. So it's normal, it's standard for a reason because it's pretty simple to do once you understand why you're doing it. So my problem is 96 minus 34. And I have a little riddle thing. Not riddle, what is that thing called? Chant? It's a chant, kind of. Okay, so with the standard algorithm, the chant is, if there's more on top, no need to stop. And right now, I'm just looking at the ones place. I'm not worried about the tens place at all. So more on top, no need to stop. That means you can just go straight down. It's great, it works. There's enough on top to subtract the bottom, okay? So 6 minus 4 equals 2. And then I can repeat that same chant for the tens place. More on top, no need to stop. So I'm asking myself, is there enough on top to subtract from, to take away from? Yes, there is. So I don't need to do anything special. I just do it. So 9 tens minus 3 tens equals 6 tens. My answer is 62. So, and it matches all the other strategies. So we've learned a lot of different strategies for how to do the same problem. Now you can pick which one you like the best and roll with that, because you're awesome. Math is great. It's so good. See ya.